Alright folks, it is time for the last one. Today is the last day of testing. This list I've been pretty happy with. I have been consistently putting very good results, at least in leagues. Unfortunately, I have not been able to play in any other context. I have not been able to fire up any prelims or anything like that, but this list has felt very good. I am very happy with like 71 or 72 or something out of this 75. Little Donnie, back to Little Donnie, not Goblin Donnie anymore. Nice to have you back, Donnie. Welcome to the Prime Time Stronghold for the 6th month in a row, half a year of support. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, my friend. I appreciate it. I put this deck together for FNMs. Strongly recommended, Brian. So yeah, so I was talking about this list. I like everything about this list. I think like most of it at this point, it's pretty much set in stone. Explore has been fine, but it's alongside Tangle for a Hidron the only 2 flex slots that I consider in the main deck. Everything else I have been very happy with, and I don't think I will be playing anything else, including the Turn Timber. This card has been very good for me. As far as the Cyber goes, I am testing Gargaroth today over Baloth. I don't know how much better that's going to be, but Gargaroth is a lot better against specifically the Prowess decks, and even more specifically the blue-red Prowess decks. Gargaroth really does a lot of work in that matchup, while Baloth is a little bit on the lackluster side of things. The 3 boils have been good. I do expect to see a lot of the control deck, a lot of Omnath and nonsense like that. So I think that I'm actually excited to be playing 3 copies of boil. I could be playing 2, but again, I expect that to be a heavily played deck in a competitive field. So I definitely want to be drawing boil in literally every cyber of the game against that deck. Then we have Mind Sensor, Eidolon, Knight of Autumn, Damping Sphere, the 3 purges. This could be 4. I think 3 is fine because I do know that these are going to be 2 removal spells. I'm still not sold on the split. This is why I'm still doing 1 and 1 today. Maybe 1 and 1 is what I want to be doing. Maybe I want to be doing 2 wins. I don't think I want to be doing 2 dismembers. That's the only thing that I'm pretty much sold on. But I might be doing like 2 wins or 1 and 1. This still we need to figure out. Generous Gift is okay. This is the issue with this slot right here is that I wanted this to be something that I can use against Greentron. I don't know if there's gonna be a lot of Greentron tomorrow, but I've been seeing a lot more in this past week than I have seen it in the past month. Basically, I have no idea why. Literally no idea why. But I've been running into so much Tron that I'm gonna go with this. I'm not gonna be packing any Mill hate, so if I get paired against Mill, so be it. I'm probably just going to lose, but yeah, this is the list that I'm gonna be trying out today. And unless I have some epiphanies today, this is very likely what I will be submitting tomorrow. At least 72, at least 72 of these cards are gonna be here tomorrow. How have I been? Excellent, Donnie. How have you been? Feel like you haven't been hanging out here a lot. Are you being unfaithful to me, Donnie? Is that what's going on right now? Should I be jealous? Are you ready for another Titan Clash? You know it, my friend. Have to buy a couple of cards, but I don't think my LG Assassin... Oh, yeah, that's brutal. Well, Brian, if you're planning on making any purchase of paper cards, you know that you can support the stream for free while you do so by using my TCG Player affiliate link. Why no Sajir Step? Because it's a bad card. That's the main reason. I don't think it's worth it. If you take these to FNM, just remember to take the right deck box, unlike me. Did that happen to you, Suppis? Oh, that sucks. I played Sultai Control Field in 2 leagues today. Definitely some Control. Oh yeah, I expect Control to be even more popular tomorrow. Might just play Dredge. Play whatever makes you happy, Brian. Is it weird seeing your face in chat? Nah, it's fine. It's okay. going on, people? Come on. Come on, fight me. Fight me. There we go. People being cowards, not wanting to fight me. Also, by the way, shout out to myself for finally remembering to get the correct art El Alambre Skull. Yep, finally did it. I've been meaning to do this for like 2 weeks or something, but yesterday I finally remembered. Weird hand. Yeah, let's ship this. Actually, a little bit better. We're gonna keep this and we're gonna bottom Bojuka Bog. Speaking of control decks. Two 3-2s today, but I was cheating on Titan with Heliod again. Played Fluffy in one of the matches. Fluffy, what nonsense was Fluffy playing? These draws are not pretty good. I think I'm gonna go for. I guess I'm gonna explore. It's probably gonna get countered, but it doesn't. Okay. I'm probably not going to be able to hide this Sacred Foundry, but... Yep. These are not good top decks, unfortunately. Drawing 3 of our basics against the field path deck. Not where we want to be. Don't you need more tech for the mirror? Well, Boil are kind of a tech for the mirror. Dismember is also a tech for the mirror. Is my opponent just tapping out? I'm into this. Oh! My opponent's doing some other stuff over there. So I guess if they have Titan, I am going to lose. But at least this allows me to resolve my own Titan. But if they do have their own prime time, we're probably gonna die. What's up, Ali? How's it going? Played against this deck yesterday, they forced my Boil. Feels bad, man. Got a 5-0 yesterday, was failed today with the deck. Nice, nice. Deck's good. What can I say? What is opponent and where can I find a deck list? It's probably just like a Omnath deck that plays like Our Promise, probably. Yep. This is not lethal, but like we die to literally anything. We certainly die to that. All right, cool stuff. Cool stuff, OP. Okay, give me those boils. Dismember seems fine. Being able to answer both Dryad and Omnath seems important. Generous Gift seems fine. Don't love the path so much. They probably play Udo, so I won't bog. Apparition seems fine. Steve can probably go, Florahedron can probably go, and I want to cut a land, which is probably gonna be the castle. Sure, let's keep this. Can't go fetch a red source right here. We're gonna... Sweet. I'm gonna play this right. I think my opponent's probably gonna be incentivized to answer it. And I'm not gonna boil this anyway, so sweet. My opponent's playing around boil. Very effectively. Our draws have not been particularly good so far, which sucks a little bit. We draw lands every single... Yeah, we have drawn a line every single draw step. Every single draw... Literally every single draw step has been a land. So here on draw step, I'm gonna blow up the field because we're going to die to it otherwise. They don't have cryptic mana or anything like that, so... Have I ever thought about playing a Stomping Ground? I don't think that playing a Stomping Ground is correct if you're only splashing for boil. If you want to splash something like, I don't know, more red cards, then a Stomping Ground becomes a necessity. Like if you want to play Ren and 6 or something like that. The other day, Michael Jacobs, Darkest Mage, was playing a version of this deck with Ren, and he was playing a version that was using Ren and 6. Yeah, so my opponent's basically just going to win this. They played it very well, like they were playing around boil the entire game. And of course, it helped them a lot that we drew literally nothing, right? This is the first spell that we draw in 7 turns. Literally the first spell that we see in 7 turns, which is honestly pretty ridiculous. Little misstep from opponent there. Maybe I should have shocked, because now they can go Dryad into... Now they can go Dryad into kill you. Yeah, I should have shocked there. I'm basically just saying to my opponent, I have boil in my hand. But right here, I'm just telling my opponent, if you have Dryad, I lose. So I don't know what's better. Either Gust. I don't think I can afford to take another turn. My opponent's going to be bringing back Ren this turn. Is going to be bringing back Gruul this turn, so I don't think I can afford to draw Reclaimer. We need to draw something better than a Reclaimer. You were never winning this game? Yeah, I don't think that I was ever going to win this game. I unfortunately... My draws were just a little bit too bad. Even Flagstones is a blank at this point, right? Like I have 6 planes in my deck, and I drew 4, and I fetched for 1, which I think was correct for me to do on turn 1. But I drew like the vast majority of them. This is not winning the game either, by the way. Just pointing that out. Just pointing out that this is not winning either. In fact, I'm not sure what this even achieves. It's a 2/3, so I can block their zombies, so that's something, I guess. But no, it doesn't really do too much. I can't beat this Omnath, so I need to draw an answer. I only destroy 3 blue sources. We only blow up 3 islands here. What I can do... What I can do is I can throw this Boil out there just because, just to force my opponent to use mana. I mean, I'm just trying to think of things here, but even if we see the best draw step, which I guess would be a prime time, we still can't win, right? So, like, my opponent has pseudo Omnath going. I'm just gonna see if we just cannot really keep up with this. I'm just gonna throw out the Boil, and I'm going to see if we can top deck exactly Primeval Titan. But yeah, I mean, we had like 7 draw steps, and we only saw 1 spell in 7 draw steps. Like it's just kind of what it is, you know. Yeah. Okay. Never stood a chance. That's a cool deck. I think that's just a worse version of the Omnath deck. Like, I would probably rather have cards like Cryptic Command or even Time Warp, which was the new tech that we saw the other day. I'd rather have that instead of Dryad plus Valakut. Particularly because I expect the Mirror to be popular and stuff. Feels nice to see the proper art at the Numberskull. Temple Garden into Grazer. So we're probably playing the Mirror. And we have Dryad, which is nice. Ooh. I think we're gonna try to get the engine going. We could... If they have turn 2 Dryad, that's gonna be rough. Okay, that's not a turn 2 Dryad, so that's good for us. We're gonna sack Forest to go get... probably gonna copy my castle. Sack Forest to go get Flagstones. And we can Spring Bloom if we find an untapped source. Untapped source? No. This is not the end of the world though, because next turn we're gonna have an active Dryad. And even if my opponent Titans me here, it doesn't really achieve too much. So they just pass. There's no way they have... Oh, they can't cast. No, yeah. They could cast... there's no way they have main deck Mind Sensor, right? I'm not playing around main deck Mind Sensor. They're probably holding up either Land Scholar or Path to Exile. So that means no Mind Sensor. Guess we get another Flagstones. We couldn't find another land, which is very unfortunate. Oh. Well, this is very good for us. So we sack this, we go get another Flagstones. We're still holding a Path to Exile, so we don't get owned by... We don't get owned by my opponent's Dryad. We get to play a Reclaimer this turn, and I guess we play the Valakut. Holding a path for my opponent's Dryad or Titan. I guess Titan doesn't matter. And then we just set up lethal next turn because of Dryad plus Druid plus Reclaimer. So we're Gucci here. Sure. So they're gonna have to have another path here. Mooseman 218 with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Love this deck, friend. Really enjoy the content. Thank you, Mooseman. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out, being a part of the channel. So we're going to start here. We're gonna play this. We're gonna Valakut my opponent a little bit. With yes, always yes, always yield. I'm gonna play this guy. Float a mana. Suck this. Go get Snow Forest and Plains. Deal lots of damage to my opponent. Make a couple of zombies. GG's. Spring Bloom so strong here, yeah, Spring Bloom. This card is very, very good. And you know who's so strong as well? Donnie gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Thank you so much for the continued support, Donnie. You're really a lot of help. I really appreciate you being here. And congratulations, Machiavelli. The jig is always up. The Hopa. It's really weird how Twitch is cutting everybody's name in half, so it makes it makes it really tough to read. Moist Junk and the Pessimistic Scientist. Thank you and welcome everybody to the Prime 10 Stronghold. Thank you for the support, Donnie. Gundog with the Prime Salve as well for 13 months. That's over a year, Gundog. Thank you so much. While we have all of these beautiful folks joining the Primetime Stronghold, can never get bored of the fill, the subscription fill. Is Blast Zone what I should be cutting for the mirror? Real question here. Real question here. Is Blast Zone what I should be cutting for the mirror? Oh yeah, we were doing this on the draw, which feels weird. But that was the experimentation that we were doing. We want all the ramp because we're in the draw. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. I think we want to cut Blast Zone in the mirror. I could kill Salvage Reclaimer, but like we have Dismember for that as well. Knight answers Dryad. Did we get there? Did I get there? Yes, I did. Woof! Close. No, I didn't get there. I have 61. No, we didn't get there. Oh wait, I mulliganed that hand. I didn't even look at it. I only saw one land, so I shipped it. This has way too many lands, so I'm gonna ship it. And this hand is great, so I'm gonna keep it. Keep. Probably bottom Groves. And bottom Valakut. No, I don't think I want to cut all the Dryads. It's not a bad draw. That allows me to play around Mind Sensor, which is nice. Motor lag is always precious. I love motor lag. This call. We're gonna see what they call for, and then I'm going to activate Reclaimer before they can actually get Mind Sensor mana. House of Mana with the cheer, thank you so much for the support, dude. Guess we're gonna get another forest because I'm gonna sack it. Get Flagstones, pass. Ha! We have our mirror tech. See that, chat? We got him. Can you tell us which spells are lands? What do you mean? Yeah, you got a jig. It's easy to tell which spells are lands because of the thingy, right? Like the frame is different. They made a good job making it kind of easy to see. Yeah. My opponent's playing around it without even knowing that I'm the one that's playing around it. They don't even know how good they're gonna get. Castle Garenbrig? Ha! I gotcha, says my opponent. Who got who, opponent? Tell me who got who. Ching! Mirror Tech! Mirror Tech! They never saw it coming. Never for a second saw it coming. And I'm gonna get a Valakut here because it's like a nice way that I can actually set up this boil without my opponent being able to like suspect it too much, I guess. We're probably going to go for the... We're probably going to be going for the zombie route here, though. Ranger Skyling coming, that would be insane. Good evening, friend. Happy to see day 5 of testing this week. It was awesome. Thank you, Torvin Fosh. Glad you like it. Yeah, there was a lot to work on with the deck, and I feel like the testing really did work. Like I feel like the things that I found out during this week were pretty valuable, and I feel like the work is kind of paying off, which is nice. Opponent representing Boyle as well. Yeah, but we are not gonna play into it because we don't have to. We are the ones that are ahead on board. So my opponent is the one that in order to keep up, they're gonna need to answer the Titan and the Reclaimer. They're gonna have to answer both, or they're gonna have to present the Dryad in order to keep up. And that's when we boil them. Fell for the old open Garamic for this memo trick. It's a classic trick, right, Scott? Exactly. I like boil on the draw in the mirror. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, Leviathan. I've been going for the boil in the draw. Ursa gifting 6 tier 1 subs. One up in Donnie with 6 tier 1 subs. So now Sup is 95, Freyat, Toasty Oreo, Feldegriff, Based Biff, and LMMTG all are now brand new members of the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, Ursa, and welcome everybody. Notification sounds aren't working? They should be, yeah. Oh, they're not working? Now we fix them. For whatever reason, my desktop audio was all the way down. Now they should be good now. Okay, so if my opponent wants to trade with this Titan, they're gonna have to jump with theirs. Well, I guess that they are tapped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can YOLO. The problem is if we YOLO is that if we whiff and my opponent taps and they play their Dryad, we are actually fucked. So I think that there's no reason for us to do that, and we can just attempt to out-zombie my opponent here. If they want to trade Titans, they're going to have to jump with theirs. So here we're going to do Vesuva plus Field. Just make sure that we are ahead on the zombie race. And now the only way that my opponent has of keeping up with me is through Dryad, and then we blow them out. It's a gift subs off, exactly. More zombies. These are the best wars, exactly. These are the good wars, you know? I will block your Titan. I will so block your Titan. Your Titan will be so blocked. Well, actually, am I? Yeah, Well. And Throat Wolf gifted your tier 1 sub to Ursa. Nice. Thank you, Throat Wolfie. And welcome Ursa to the Primetime Stronghold. Really appreciate all the gifted subs, everyone. Thank you for that. Okay, what are we gonna be doing here? We are gonna have 6 zombies, but then we're gonna make 6 more zombies. Yeah, let's trade with this guy. This is enough zombies. They can play another Titan. Sub goal done. Yeah, hell yeah. We got there. Sub goal has been achieved. Now we have to update the sub goal. Do that later. What did we win? I don't know. I hadn't thought that far into it yet. I just put a sub goal there that seemed reasonable. Now I have to figure out something for us to do with it. Fake sub goal scammed. Okay. It's a lot of zombies my opponent's got over there. We are still out zombieing them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but my opponent's holding a boil, so I guess that we actually can't go for a turn timber. We attack. All of these attack. All of these attack. There we go. How many more gifted sub for a new run league? Wow, you're killing me here. You are killing me here, Donnie. I don't know. 10 for 10 more. For 10 more, I'll play a new run league. 10 more seems reasonable. Not like I want it to be reasonable anyway. Yeah, I think we just pass here. There's no reason for us to do anything. This member there would have blown them out. Yeah, this member path to exile anything. Any removal spell would have blown them out there. But I don't think my opponent can play around removal. They're really far behind. We are producing some of us at a much higher rate than they are. And this is why I don't like Boil on the play. Because when you have Boil, like my opponent is probably revolving their entire game plan around the Boil that they have in hand, and so am I. But I sided out my Dryads, and I don't need to be proactive. So my opponent is the one that needs to be proactive, and we can catch up with them. But their Boil was actually actively hurting them, because that Boil could have been a real card instead, right? Instead, they just had a dead card that they could never get value from. We did see this member though. We did see this member being huge there. We did see this member being huge. Like I think my opponent might have been a favorite actually. If we hadn't had that dismember there. Titan players don't like bringing Boil set. Also, the players bringing Boil versus other Titan players. I am experimenting with it, Wombo. I am trying things out. I think that it might be okay to not bring it on the play, but yes, bring it on the draw. But I'm moving back and forth on it. But I mean, we just saw why. We just saw the argument as to why not, right? Like my opponent, I honestly think that my opponent was like probably above 80% to have Boil in their hand there. Oh. Never lucky, huh? We can kill this Glistener Elf here if we do the Flagstones trick. Because we're gonna force my opponent to Yeah, we still have Spring Bloom to get value from it, right? So I think I like doing the Flagstone trick here. Just to force my opponent to use a pump spell, and then we use Apparition to kill the elf. Yep. That's fine. Interesting. I don't think that's interesting enough for me to not want to be doing this, but because we would have needed to chump block maybe. I guess there is an argument for killing Noble Hierarch there actually. Hinterland Harbor is interesting. This matchup feels bad. It's better than with Amulet. It's a lot better than it is for Amulet. Like, this match is absolutely miserable for Amulet. Very close to unwinnable. But we are a deck that plays a lot more interaction than Amulet does. So this kind of matchup is a lot better for us. Went 4-1 in the prelim today, lost to Infect. Yep. Mismatch elves? Yeah, I know, gross. What is this? When you have mismatch commons, like this card is less than Goatbot sells like commons for like less of a yeah, let's do that. So it's less than a cent for opponent to have a reasonable looking deck, and they actively choose to not have it. Spring Bloom, being awesome, getting value, killing dudes. Spring Broom. Get wrecked, Infect. We get a zombie. We kill their dudes. I think I like an attack here. We can't block the Omnath anyway, so... Crafters have been with their prices and same compared to Godbots. I don't know. I always use Godbots when I want to buy, so... We might still be dead here, obviously, right? It's Infect. We're one short. We're one short. One short of Titan? Yeah, I guess fetch for Steve is the only thing that we can do. Okay, call for Steve, sorry. When you're in doubt, when you're afraid, call for Steve. Steve is great. Oh, Ramina would have been better, yeah. Because we had a fetch. Forgot that we had a fetch. So what we do here is we wait for my opponent to attack. They don't do anything, so that's cool. What? Blight Mamba? What is that even? Okay, so this is... We kill here. They block here. They take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not lethal. So I guess that we have to operation here. We kill face. They go to 8. They block here with this. Sorry. We say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They go down to 1. If we draw any land, we can draw land, face, they go to 8. Plus 3, they go to 5, and then we have... Okay, so I guess that if we draw land, we win regardless, so... Yeah, that one also counts. Of course I kill our dudes, because why wouldn't I? Yeah, definitely going for Raminap would have been a lot better there. Removal we like. Eidolon is always interesting because it forces them to play into my removal. So I think I like Eidolon. Probably not Mind Sensor. It blocks what's his name, but probably not what I want to be doing. Even the Raminap would have been good there. I think it's probably bad. Quelimur's great. Florahedron very likely to survive actually, so maybe we keep it. Turn Timber we can cut. The game's probably not gonna go that long. Maybe Generous Gift? Nah, it feels a little bit too slow. Ramira blocks up the game there without the Titan top deck, but scoreboard. Yeah. Ramira would have been a lot better, obviously. I think this hand is a little bit too slow. This hand has removal, but it's even sorcery speed removal, so it's my worst removal spell. Let's go to 5. Okay, now we're talking. So we keep this. We're gonna go turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 Flagstone. So we probably don't want Steve. We're just not gonna have time to deploy Steve. I think we're gonna bottom the Eidolon, and I think we wanna bottom the Steve. We could bottom Scatter the Groves. I don't think that we can afford to miss on land drops though, if we want to keep up with what my opponent's gonna be doing. No, like I think that hitting all land drops is just gonna be way too important. Kind of surprised you like Eidolon. So the thing that Eidolon does in this matchup is that it basically means that your opponent cannot use pump spells, right? Because if they use pump spells, they cannot protect their creature. So that is why I like the card. I'm not saying that it's incredible or anything. How are we winning this game? We top deck exactly Dryad. We still don't win. We probably have to throw this Reclaimer under the bus if they attack with the mirror. We're gonna get our ramp on, but it's not looking good. Yeah, we're totally dead to that Ink Moth, but... So the thing is that I'm forcing them to use mana in order to activate Ink Moth. If I play the Ghost Quarter, my opponent simply attacks with the mirror, and I am effectively forcing to block, so that means that my opponent has 4 mana available. So if they have like a Kicked Vines and some stuff, then they can just straight up kill me. But yeah, right now we get to untap with Reclaimer, which otherwise we wouldn't be able to. They also have Blighted Agent? Shit. I think we have to get Blast Zone and blow it up. I think we're kind of forced into doing that. Even if we draw Dryad, we're not going to have enough lands. Wouldn't Eidolon have been good here? Well, we wouldn't have the time to... The problem is that we wouldn't have had the time to deploy it, Ursa. Though, to be fair, we don't really have the time to deploy this Elandris Gold either. We're at 3 Infect. If we just Blast Zone, my opponent swings for 7 Infect. I guess for 3 Infect, and if they have any pump spell, that would be 6 Infect. Unless it's the big one, the scale up. The problem is that we're still super far behind. I think that there's no real way for us to win here, unfortunately. We need to top deck exactly Path to Exile or Dismember. Primetime's not quite it. But now my opponent needs to go for it into all of my open mana. I'm gonna wait for a second, bluff some removal. Okay, triggers resolve. Go to blocks. Okay, so that just happened. So I guess I have to get a Valakut here. One, two, three. We Dryad. Play land, shock. Hit that one. Play a land. Hit that one. Pass. We can go get second Valakut, obviously. That's the plan. We're going to do that on their end step. Because if this Blighted Agent attacks, even Mutagenic Growth doesn't do it. And Apostle's Blessing doesn't give protection from colorless. It gives protection from artifacts. So we have to block with something. So blocking with Dryad is what forces my opponent to act. And it doesn't kill the Dryad. Valakut. We can still go squatter ourselves in order to create some extra triggers. Blossom in defense doesn't do anything, my friend. Blossom in defense, no, Apostle's Blessing. Yep. Protection from artifacts has been enabled. Has been achieved. Easy. Just casually navigating the game perfectly. Wouldn't Reclaimer do the same thing and we would rather have it die? No, because my opponent, if I block with Reclaimer, my opponent forces me to make the first move. Right? Because my Reclaimer is a 1/2, so it forces me to make the first move. By blocking with Dryad, it is not lethal. Like, it just doesn't kill the Dryad, even with the Ichor Claw Mirror trigger. It just doesn't kill the Dryad. And then it forces my opponent to be the first one to make a move. We got very lucky to win this game. Let's not kid ourselves. I don't think anybody is arguing with that. I think that we indeed got very, very lucky. But I think that the way that we navigated the game allowed us to get lucky. If I had made different plays, if I had not ramped earlier in the game, if I had not blocked when I did and like didn't do anything when I didn't do anything on purpose, like if I had navigated that game differently, I would have allowed my opponent to have more information and they might have been able to go for it. And they didn't because of how I navigated, because of the damage that I took. My opponent attacked me twice with two triggers, with two Noble Hierarch triggers, and I just let it go without doing anything. I won the game with 6 infect counters on me that I allowed my opponent to get. So if I had... We did get lucky. I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying that what we did mattered. And the decisions that we made mattered a lot in allowing us to get lucky. I think I'm going to keep this hand. We just need to draw lands. Uh-oh. Yeah, we were the ones that put ourselves in a position to win it. If we had navigated the game differently, my opponent would have had other information and they would have played the game differently. That's a Ren. Which is mildly scary, but not too scary. Get a basic forest. Oops. This. Pass the turn. So now they can have... They can have Blood Moon, but we don't care too much. Because we can just dry it into call. We probably called for an answer to the moon. Pillage is a little bit more annoying, but still not that bad. They didn't get value from Ren. Weird. Drawing lands would be great. Opponent has 1 trillion mana. Any land would be great. Redundant Dryad, not so much. It's not the worst, but doesn't really achieve too much. Glory Banger would be terrible for us. Yep. Is it a mistake that you can't play a flip land as an additional land for turn, or is it not how it's supposed to work? You can play flip lands as additional lands. What you cannot do is you cannot activate like Sakura Tribe Scout or stuff like that. That's what you can't do. But you can just play flip lands. Yeah, my opponent having the double pillage instead of the Blood Moon draw really hurt us this game. I mean, honestly, it was just never finding lands, but now we actually do get wrecked by Blood Moon. Does the other Moon and Dryad big cast make a difference? Yes, Ken Sports Fan, it actually makes a huge difference. Because whatever gets played second is what prevails. So if you go Dryad plus if my opponent plays a Blood Moon now, all my non-basics become just mountains. And if my opponent plays Blood Moon and then I play a Dryad, then the Dryad layer goes on top, and that's the one that comes into effect. Ever figure out why you can play flip lands? No, I actually did not. But I think you're not supposed to. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think you're not supposed to be able to play flip lands off Ramineb. We can call for Ramineb here. I think I'm more interested in Apparition in the Clothes. We can't get rid of the Ren, so we're gonna go down to 2, but killing Clothes seems very, very important right here. Yeah, we can't attack the Ren, because otherwise my opponent just kills me with this dude. So we're dead to Lightning Bolt, we're dead to Bone Crusher Giant. Playing Flip Blast for a Crucible effect is the way the cards are supposed to work. Is that true, Safer? Is that actually true? Because I wasn't sure about that. They attack. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna block everything. It's not like I have an option, right? You can play flip lands of Crucible. All right, good to know. Very interesting. Interesting. Good to know. Good to know, Darkest Mage. We're definitely calling here. We don't have mana for Titan just yet, so I think I want to call for Ramunap. I think I want to call for Ramunap. Yeah. You can also play them off Corsair, Oracle of multi-effects. Wow, that's crazy. Really. Alright, we gotta dodge one more turn. 1, 2, whoops, 3. Play Reclaimer. We have enough blockers now, so I'm just gonna attack with both at the Ren. If we untap, we win, but it's not particularly clear that we're gonna be able to untap. And there's many cards that kill me here. Lots of cards that kill me. Bolt obviously kills me. Bone Crusher kills me. Bloodbraid into something good also kills me. Ren does not. Okay, that's good. That's good for us. Easy. Easy. All right. Yes. Yes. All of this. Yes. That's right. I have Gargaroth. Sweet. I have Gargaroth. Flora Hydra doesn't seem too great against the Ren and 6 deck, so we're gonna cut it. Actually, we tried Dismember the other day and it wasn't very good. Like the 4 damage mattered a lot in this matchup. So, no Dismember. That one, that member. That member right there. It's not cool. Last one is actually pretty good at blowing up Arbor Elves, and it's very often, obviously not in that game because they have Ren and 6 going, right? But in some matches you can actually get them with when they have an Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl draw. It can be impactful. It's definitely one of the weaker lands in the deck, however. I was hoping you would say back this member. Do you know me, Mr. Lee? Do you even know me? So I've been trimming on some Dryads against Boil matchups. This is a strategy that I've been using, just relying on Field of the Dead to win the Boil matchups. I think I like that approach, though I'm not 100% sure just yet. Have you been able to play Town Timber as a land with Ramunap in play before? No, but the other day we played Flora Hydran. So that's when I thought that was a bug. But apparently you can actually do that. Oh, I guess that's something like Splendid Reclamation, for example. Because Splendid Reclamation actually says put lands into play. So a card like Splendid Reclamation, this wouldn't bring back a double, yeah. So this wouldn't bring back a double face land, but if you have a Crucible or Ramunap, you actually can. Good to know. Good to know that there's that distinction. I freaked out, chat. $60 cards. What a master. Master of last minute sideboarding. Opponent moves to 6. We have a pretty medium draw. This draw actually does not answer. I think I'm gonna keep it, but this draw actually doesn't really answer Blood Moon. That's a lie, actually. We can go squat our Flagstones and get 2 basics. So that's a lie. Yeah, we actually can answer Blood Moon with this hand. So yeah, I like this keep. Last just a couple of just about it. They told me you can't. I was just really confused. Yeah, it's way to remember is that you can only play the backside. According to MTG, if you have Turn Timber in graveyard and Crucible in play, you can play the cardless land. Yeah, that's what we experienced. Apparently, according to Zendikar release note, you should be able to. Okay, there you go. That's some pretty good evidence. Tarmogoyf? Goyf seems so bad in their deck. Oh my. Yeah, I think playing around Blood Moon is gonna be more important than putting this Reclaimer on. Also, we can play around Lightning Bolt next turn. We play the Wooded Foothills, and then we blow up our own Flagstones, and the Reclaimer becomes a 3/4. So I think that this is definitely correct. Yep. Guess any forest is the same. Reclaimer just beats down on this Goyf like Get out of here, Goyf, you're drunk. Bolt my Reclaimer, you say. Interesting that you bring this up. Interesting that you would bring this up. I have a response. Opponent has disconnected. Yes. We have successfully ended my opponent's career. My opponent agrees that that was a correct play. Oh, that was good. That was good. That's good stuff. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm sorry. I guess that was a good play. Not too much to say there. That was just a good play. Hashtag. Wow, is this exactly the same hand that I just drew? It worked out last one, so it has to work out this one, right? That's how logical thinking works. We're gonna ship this. I think we're gonna keep this one. We'd love to see a fetch, so we can get value from this Raminab. Stomping Ground. Wow. Speaking of decks that have not been able to successfully survive the test of time. My boy. Yeah, I know. It's been a minute, right? Remember when this deck was tier 1? I guess not necessarily tier 1, but like it was a very good deck. It was a tier level deck. Let me rephrase. Remember when playing this deck was not playing a strictly worse version of playing this deck? I mean, we're gonna lose to it. Don't get me wrong, we're totally gonna lose to it, but that doesn't mean that it's not just a strictly worse version of this deck. Do we still have this? Oh, I think it might be this. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's really good. I love that one. I think I'm just going to play this tapped and play this here and pass the turn. I'm so happy that we still have that command. That's awesome. We can cast Symbiosis. We can cast Symbiosis and then we can replay it with Raminap. Yeah, just play your Titan. Slowly tapping the mana. Slowly making sure that we have 6 mana. Slowly clicking on my card that says Primeval Titan. Slowly pointing mountain triggers at your face. Cutting to 6 is hard. Yeah, and like floating your mana, apparently it's also pretty tough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so they just have Escape Shift. Which is a card that we cannot beat, by the way. Wait, actually... Okay, so... I am confused. They were hoping for the concession by tapping, maybe? But we're very much alive here. I guess they have a second Scape Shift, but they don't have another land. Or they want to kill my Dryad. Kill a Dryad and 12 us. Yeah, if they go for that, oh my god. I guess this just happened. Who was saying that counting to 7 is hard? Because you were very right, apparently. Gotta fix that mana. Yep. Titan? No Titan. Sad face. Well, now that we have Steve, I guess I'm not gonna path myself. So I'm just gonna play this silly Raminap that doesn't do anything. But I'm gonna hold on to this because any land just lets me cast this and we can find the Titan. I wonder if they knew that they could have done this last turn and it would have been a lot better. Because, you know, the whole setting up lethal kind of thing. Yeah, we're totally gonna lose anyway. Unless we top deck exactly Primeval Titan, or we find the land and we luck sack from this turn Timber. Or if my opponent kills the Dryad, maybe now that they made that mistake, they're gonna play tight for the remainder of the game. And if they don't have actual lethal, they're going to be smart and kill this Dryad, which is my only way that I can win this game. Nope, they're going face. Cut Turn Timber for our promise. I think it's better. It's possible, Darkest Mage. It is. Yeah, it's possible. I tried it. So I feel like there's two slightly different ways of building the deck. One is more toolbox centric with more creatures, and the other one is more Titan centric, where you're basically trying to get to Titan mana as fast as possible. So you're playing stuff like Explorers, you're playing one or maybe multiple Arboreal Grazers, stuff like that. And then there's a different approach, which is a little bit more toolbox oriented. And that's usually the one that I favor. I don't think that it's necessarily better. Definitely let me point that out. I don't necessarily think that it's better, but it's the one that I like better. And I think that is... Turn Timber becomes better in that circumstance. So I guess that we're looking for exactly prime time. And if we find prime time... Can we lethal them if we find prime time? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to think. The problem is I die to Lightning Bolt. Right? If my opponent's last card in hand is a Lightning Bolt, I lose. But I think if that's the case, I lose anyway, right? What happens if my opponent's last card in hand is a Bolt? I find a Titan here, and I can only deal 12 damage. I attack for lethal. They go down to 1. I attack for lethal. My opponent bolts my Raminap. They kill me on the crackback, so I'm still dead to bolt regardless. So I guess it's correct for me to fetch here. Oh, that's right. We talked about this. We talked about how I can play Turn Timber off the graveyard. I'm an idiot. Yep. 100% correct. We still whiffed. But it was interesting. That's a thick elf, yeah, indeed. Mind Sensor, Generous Gift. Cool. that's my sideboarding in this matchup. Awesome. I didn't see Dryad. Should I assume that my opponent's playing Dryads and I bring in Boil just because it's kind of my only shot? If it was our promise, you just win instead. Yes. Yes. But on the other hand, like, I got lucky that I found lands. Like, my Explorer didn't whiff, so our Turn Timber has come up multiple times already. Darkest Mage. Like, it's easy to just, like, assume that... like, you're just looking at one game, and you're not looking at all the matches that I kept a hand that was, like, Flagstones, Turn Timber, Reclaimer, and Castle Garenbrig, or something like that. This was my mana, or like a Valakut, and then like Turn Timber allowed me to go turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 Flagstones, and then I just won from there very easily. Red Green doesn't play Dryad, my dude. That's just not true. I've seen very many lists that play Dryad. I've also seen lists with Prismatic Omen, even. And I think I'd rather dismember a Dryad than path it, so... Like, I'm not excited about it, but... We bring in Celestial Purge because of Blood Moon. I think we just have to bring in the Boils. Like, I think this matchup is miserable enough for us that we just have to hope that my opponent is on the Dryad plane and we get to blow them out. Like, I literally think it's that bad that we need to hope that they have Dryad. You can play turn 2 mirror every turn with Ram Up? No. No, that's not how it works. Because you play it and it's in your, like, it's in play. Sure, we keep this. So no, you actually cannot. Magus of the Moon, you'd want it versus Tron Amulet. Yeah, the issue with that is that it's not necessarily better than Damping Sphere, Darkest Mage. Like it's better in the sense that it allows you to it's fetchable basically, but it is not necessarily better in the sense that a big reason of why you beat Tron is because you get to use Valakut very effectively. Yeah, so that's like the difference. And like a lot of the matches that I do win against Tron, which by the way is one of the worst matchups. Tron is a very bad matchup for this deck. But one of the big reasons why we actually are able to beat them, it's because even if they sneak in a Karn, we actually can come back from that because of Dryad plus Valakut. And not only that, but there's the fact that if your opponent can just basically leave the Magus be until they eventually just like dismember it or they answer it, whatever, or even Oblivion Stone. If we cannot, we are actually hindering ourselves from being able to kill them fast. So our opponent is going to get to a point where they're just going to have like the 5 mana to just naturally crack Oblivion Stone. Definitely very interested in not taking damage here. And the question now is, do I explore? I guess I can Steve. Alternatively, we can go for... I kind of want to ramp because calling for Mind Sensor seems very, very important right here. So I'm trying to figure out how my next couple of turns are going to be looking like and what I should be doing. So if I spend this turn to Flagstones, next turn, if we see a land, an untapped land, we can explore into Crack Reclaimer, and that should get me to, that should get me to call for Flagstones mana. So I think that we just pass here. I call for Mind Sensor. Played Ring Shift with Omen at Team GP 2019. Maybe the last time it was good. Yeah, it hasn't been good in a long time. Okay. I don't think they have Lightning Bolts. I'm just gonna get a Flagstones here. Yeah. Play this tapped. Spend this turn to crack the Reclaimer. Next turn we can actually Dryad. We can Dryad plus crack Flagstone, go get Valakut, which seems powerful. It doesn't allow me to kill up my opponent's Titan, but they're not gonna be able to Titan next turn. Actually, they could. Yeah, they definitely could, actually. They would need a castle or another ramp spell right here. They do have the castle. If this is Acid Moss, we're fine. We can deny them the ramp, which is nice. Yep. Oh no, actually that was a mistake. I should have sacked this, get in a land, then get a bounce land. Yeah, that was actually bad. Yep, that was bad. I get a little bit too hasty there, unfortunately. Hopefully it doesn't cost me too much, but it might. Am I getting Sanctuary anyway? Get Sanctuary, 3 mana, 2. That means I can Dryad plus activate Reclaimer. Problem with that is, no, my opponent's not gonna be able to trigger Valakuts. They play him. They can't play him. Oh no, yeah, they can play another Stomping Ground. And then they cast Titan. They have 3 mountains. They cannot trigger Valakut next turn. Yeah, okay, so we're just gonna get Sanctuary here. Big mistake, obviously, right? Like I denied myself a land. Like turn 2 cold, turn 2 to my sensor right away because they had search suspended. Yeah, I don't think I like that though. Now we can call for Titan, and then Titan is lethal. Is Titan lethal? Yes, it is. Because we can get Valakut, that's 2, and then we just play the Florahedron. We get boiled here, though. We do get boiled here. I think that's acceptable. We're giving my opponent exactly this turn to be able to kill me. Ha! They do have Dryad. I knew it. So this means I cannot... Ooh, Spike with a raid. Welcome everybody from Spike stream. Last day of testing Modern's best deck. Just get a castle here. What if I get Vesuva, Copying Bounce? That doesn't do it, right? We castle. We need to draw an untap land and we win. We need to draw an untap land and we win. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for castle. Everyone seeing you play this is getting PTSD from since Spike just died to it. Oh, you just did. Oh yeah. How did the stream end up? I reckon you got reclaimed. That doesn't count, unfortunately. Oh, it does, right? Yeah, because we have Steve. Awesome. So we do this, we sack this one, get another one of these ones, boom, boom. Always yes. Play this, boom, boom. Steven, crack, this one, face, face. Easy. Old border call is Jeff's kiss. Indeed, indeed. I have been saying that I was going to get the old border calls, and I just totally forgot for multiple days. Okay, so they are on Dryad, which makes all the sense in the world because this card is kind of busted. So I think we're gonna go up to 4 boils just because I think this matchup is really bad for us. Doshol81, thank you for the follow there. Let me some TitanShift, but that isn't the way. Oh no, it's not. This is, yeah, it is not it is not the way anymore. It hasn't been it hasn't been the way for a long time at this point. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, my opponent's on TitanShift. I spaced that for a second. Are we cutting a Dryad? They have all what they call in stock now. Maybe I should grab them. 100%. Look at how pretty they are. Look at how pretty they are. And they're just as pretty in paper. They're just as pretty. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Gorgeous. Does it work? Can you see the camera? Lighting is terrible, but beautiful. Okay. I really doubt that this is what the game is going to come down to. If I had Tectonic Edge, that I used to play Tectonic Edge, I think that Tech Edge was actually pretty solid in this matchup, specifically against the blue versions of Scave Shift in the mirror. There are a couple of matchups out there that are pretty, that Tech Edge is pretty good against, but it ended up being cut. Shogun, I blinked. And the answer is yeah, only one confirmed this chalice. All border calls, exactly, obviously. So this hand has Titan mana on turn 4, but it doesn't have the Titan. God damn. I actually think I have to keep this. And we're gonna bottom the Dryad. We're all in on the Boil plan. I don't think that going to 5 we're gonna be able to kill my opponent's reasonable draw. White border Boil. This one was like a third of the price or something like that. When I bought these black border Boils were okay, we're gonna lose this one, I think. Black border Boils were like 4 tickets or something, and the white border one was like 80 cents. Is Boil Dryad Splinter Twin? It's basically Splinter Twin, yes. White border Boil is best Boil. Interesting idea. That was not a bad draw, actually. If my opponent plays a Dryad here, that would be awesome. Dryad, land drop, Seiko. Can we do that, opponent, please? Dryad, land drop, Seiko. Seems like a powerful line my opponent can take. Dryad me, baby! Dryad me, baby! Do it! Ugh. We're dead, chat. We're so very dead. Gonna play Ghost Quarter and we're gonna say go. Spencer. God damn it. Well, we have to switch gears now, right? Boil is no longer an option, so if we're gonna be switching gears, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can 7. And we have the fetch, so we need to top deck any untapped land or a Titan. Yeah, I think that we actually died to Titan or skip shift. So at this point, I think we have to switch gears, and the correct play is to do this. Don't attack because I actually need that mana. Finish the Conqueror Seal in Destiny 2, and I'm so hyped. Sweet. No idea what you're talking about, but it sounds exciting. Are we the ones getting boiled now? Nope, just getting tightened. So they can only get one trigger, so that's probably going to go at the Flora Hedron, I would say. Maybe they're trying to set up lethal for next turn. They have to go face. Nope, they go at the Flora Hedron. Sure. Well, now we have to draw a Titan. That doesn't do it. I'm just dead to land drops here, right? Mind Sensor. So we have to draw mind. We have to call from Mind Sensor, hope that it's good, and then we have to. Play your Dryad, play your Dryad, play your Dryad, play your Dryad. I know you want to. I know you want to play your Dryad. I know that you do. You want to play your Dryad, opponent. You want it. You want it so bad. You want it so bad. Too bad that you can't make your opponent sacrifice everything and then make the decision. Alright, this is what I got. Lily MTG 91, thank you for follow. Counter target escape shift. Friend once told me the TitanShift deck should come with a banana for their eye pilots. That's bad. Imagine if escape shift was cost. Yeah, would be a lot less good. So we have to dodge this trigger. Just find no lands. No lands were found. Sad face. Those are gonna hurt next turn. Those are going to hurt. God damn. Well, we have to... Yeah, we're dying with this stupid boil stuck in my hand. So we have to go squatter their Valakut. And then we play our Dryad and pass the turn. So we're gonna be going down to 1 of 2 attacks. So what we have to find is Titan into land. Why are you fetching, opponent? Are they trying to fetch to thin? But that's less mountains in their deck. They probably have like 2 more basics and maybe like 1 or 2 more stomping grounds. Donate to Dry. Oh, that would be nice. What is this? Oh, yeah, we're still in damage. They're fetching because the brain is tiny and smooth. Don't think about it. I don't like insulting opponents. So let's not do that. My opponent might be new to the game. Why would you want to insult them or make them feel bad? That just doesn't feel good. Weather the Storm. It's not a card I was expecting to see. So I guess we're just dead here. Cycle into exactly Raminap. Cycle into exactly Raminap. Oh, we cited out Raminap. What am I even saying? So close. So close. This Mind Sensor almost got me back into this game. Almost. If this Boil were literally any other card in my deck, I guess that Boil would be... Yeah, I guess this Boil might be the Raminap, which would have actually won me the game here. Thank you for treating your opponents with respect. Oh, I try. Opponent just missed lethal so many times. Yeah, but as I'm saying, like, my opponent can't be new to the game. I don't want to like shame them for being new. Like, why would you do that? Even if they are just bad, like shaming them for not playing well is also shitty. My approach is hate the deck, don't hate the player. Yeah, I mean, that matchup is miserable. We just saw, right? So, turn off so many streamers who just talk bad about their opponents nonstop. Yeah. Told you deck is too strong. I mean, getting White Reclaimer is a pretty... I don't want to say it's a big part of the meta, but it is like probably one of the top decks right now. So maybe, I don't know, maybe, as you can see, the matchup is miserable and very, very, very hard to fix. So maybe it is like the meta call, you know? We can play our promise here. We can. I tried it a couple of times. Maybe it's what I can try out now. I mean, it's the last day of testing, so I might as well get all of the testing out of here. Let's do that. That little switch real quick, and let's see, let's just see what we like better. Regular script is the deck for tomorrow? Yeah, exactly. Scapeshift confirmed tier 0. Scapeshift best deck, you know, like the astronaut emote. It's always been. The Giant Wrath dude seems like it might be okay too. That is a card that I never thought about until I saw you playing it the other day, when it was like 2 or 3 days ago that I was checking out your stream, Darkest Mage, and we were talking about the deck. That is a card that I actually have never tried. Like I have tried basically most green and white creatures that you can play in this deck, but I think somebody had suggested that, but I ended up just never trying it out. I don't know if I would play it main deck, because I don't think there's that many creature decks. What Cataclysmic? No, it's the Giant, is the split creature card. Could you tell me the name? Because I forgot, Darkest Mage, so I can look it up. Realm Clock Giant. Okay. Oh, is Realm Dash? Yeah, this is the guy. The thing is, I'm not sure that a sweeper is necessary in most of the current decks in Modern right now. I think Path is very, very important, but not killing Crocs and Uro could come up. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm not killing our boy, right? But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take a very short break, and I'm going to get the cards that I'm missing from Mana Traders and stuff, and then we'll fire up a league with. Let's actually make this. That was kind of not digging the Gargaroth, so let's do this, I guess. Yeah. So I will be right back.